Welcome back to our channel, Living on the Ohio River. Hi, I'm Kara Hinshaw from Key Associates Signature Realty, and I love doing these videos once a week. So if you're new to our channel, make sure you tap that subscribe button. Hot off the press, we are gonna go over Indiana Association of Realtors report on how did Indiana do in 2022 compared to 2021. I don't usually do tons of market videos, but I know a lot of people are following, wanna know what's going on. So I'm gonna recap and kind of go over what they reported as a whole. And then I'm gonna dig in on the computer and kind of scroll through some of the counties, especially across the Ohio River, and kind of show you what is changing and where across the Ohio River Valley on the Indiana side. So stay tuned, let's just get into the data. The data is in from the National Association of Realtors. We are gonna cover how Indiana did in 2022 compared to 2021. So Indiana's 2022 housing sales finished 11% below record-setting 2021, outpacing U.S. trends as inventory remains tight for our home buyers. Annual total showed resilience even in December, with sales drop of about 30% from last year. Now, one thing to keep in mind here is we had a 30% sales drop in December. Now that's comparing to last year, which is, coming off of COVID when things were absolutely crazy. What we don't talk about is if you go back to 2019 pre-COVID, what was our normal fall December markets? So until we get into the spring, and I will be gauging that a little bit as we move along into the months, I don't really know that, yes, our market has fallen from last year, but are we back to more normal levels in that fall and winter, holiday time market? So stay tuned, we'll keep tracking. But yes, it was a big downfall from last year, but I think in regards to normal selling season in the fall and winter, I don't think we're way too off. So existing home sales across Indiana totaled 88,821 homes in 2022. That was according to 8 MLSs that we gathered, or I shouldn't say I gathered, Indiana Association of Realtors gathered across the Indiana state. We finished 11% below the record 2021 as the 30-year mortgage rates rose to an average more than about 6% over the later half of the year. So everybody knows the mortgage rates rise. We had really low earlier in the year, and they obviously raised a few points towards the end of the year. So one good thing is, I think you're gonna see some more stabilization as people get used to the new rates. People will come back out past the holiday season, and again, just getting more normalized with the new rates. Again, the rates aren't crazy. If you go back, I don't know, 8, 9, 10 years ago, even beyond that 15, that rate was not crazy. We just had very low rates there over the past few years. So let's get into the inventory. The inventory was tight and continues to confront our Indiana home buyers despite a slower paced market, with new listings at 102,764. We were down 5% from 2021. Even though the monthly inventory of homes for sale increased modestly year over year, monthly active listings were 25% below 2020's average and half of 2019 levels. So this is one good thing to point out. 2019 was pre-COVID, and we are still having inventory issues. So it is a little different. 2019, we were what I'd say more of a stable market compared to the crazy COVID times, but our inventory was higher. So we still are struggling with inventory here in Indiana. And I'm gonna get into details of listings and where sales are, and that kind of will dig a little bit more deeper into the different regions and how things are reacting with listings and sales and pricing and all that good stuff. So we'll keep going, highlighting what's going on here in Indiana. Indiana Association of Realtors CEO Mark Fisher quoted, "Indiana housing in 2022 is a story of stability against stiff headwinds. Sales were less than 2% off 2019, a strong pre-COVID market, even as the Federal Reserve raised interest rates repeatedly to battle inflation at a 40-year high. Rising rates added more than $400 to monthly payments on a $200,000 30-year mortgage." So like I said, 2019, we had a strong market still. So knowing that we are at least still at that same level and not below it, I feel very confident that we are not in a tailspin as of yet. Things are still steady. Yes, have we fallen from the times of 2021? We are, but I feel like with lower inventory, the interest rates not being too crazy, the market is still moving here in Indiana. Even with higher borrowing costs reducing overall demand and home buyer budgets, Indiana's median home pricing grew 12% to $235,000 from 2021 to 2022. The U.S. median sales price increased 9.6% to $384,500. So we are outpacing the U.S. market. We were 12% increase if you look at year to year, whereas the rest of the U.S. was 9.6. It's not crazy different, but we are still above what the national average is in pricing. Hoosiers selling a home received 99% of their original listing price on average for the year, and the median time from listing to pending under contract was unchanged from 2021. So this is a really good thing. Our days on market really haven't fallen too much, and that's partly because our inventory still is very low. There are still buyers out there that are looking, and that we still don't have enough homes, definitely in different categories, that these buyers can find. Let's get into the data. The existing home sales were for 2022 11% down compared to 2021 at roughly 88,821. New listings were 102,764, which is only down 5% from 2021, and our median sales price is up at $235,000 at 11.9% above 2021. So obviously, since sales are declining in regards to volume, we still do have a price point that is increasing and holding firm, so that is a good sign. Average months of inventory is 1.3 right now if you look at the market from 2022. So here's the sales if you want to really get into the details. I'm not going to dwell on this as much, but you can see as of July where we were declining from 10% of change in price all the way to December, where we started not making as much of price increases, as well as sales. We went from 10% in July to 30% in December. So you saw as we started declining in how much we were selling. A lot of regional highlights here. I'm not going to get in detail. You can read them here while I'm actually on the screen. But one thing that I would like to mention is that every region in Indiana experienced at least 25% decline in monthly sales in December versus 2021 to close the year, with homebuyers showing the most holiday cheer in north central Indiana with negative 25%. So another thing I'd like to do is here is a map that you can see what the county by county existing home sales percent changed from year over year. Again, statewide, we were 11% here. But if you look at where we represent down here more on the bottom, the red obviously is or I guess it's kind of an orangey red, whatever that is the biggest decreases. So we are seeing Switzerland at 25% and Perry County at 36%. Is showing the biggest decreases. The next up would be the little bit of an orange where you have Spencer at 16%, Du Bois at 14%, Jefferson at 18%, Scott 14%, Clark 11%. This is over by Louisville. Over by Evansville, Vandenberg was down 8%, Work was down 13%. Spencer County, again, like I said, was 16%, Davies 11%. So you can kind of see orange 5%, all of this area. And then if you're looking at the positive, which is the blue, these are places that actually increased from year over year. So Posey's holding firm over here on the far west, Gibson above it at 7% went up, Washington at 6%, and then Crawford at 4%. So again, the whole state, if you're interested, depending on where you're relocating, you can see the blue obviously is where things have not fallen as hard, and the darkest orange color, reddish color, orange, whatever that is again, being the worst. With the Union County, 67%, I think is the worst for the county here on the east side of the central Indiana. So let's dig in a little closer if you want to look at the numbers. Since we're doing southern Indiana, Vandenberg, you can see our sales were down 8%. Like I said, this actually gives you the volume. Warwick, 13, there's your volume. Let's go to Perry, 36, I'll highlight them here. Let's go over to, I'm just trying to find some ones that are all near me. Not that they are. Here's Jefferson, 18, sorry, it's hard to highlight. I don't think I did Du Bois. Let's do Du Bois right here. 14%. You can see Du Bois. I don't think I did, oh yeah, I did Spencer. 16 for Spencer County. You can go to Gibson, just to show you, I mean, you can see this as we're going over it. Gibson right here, up 7%. So you can see that, you know, as a whole, you know, things are definitely changing. But depending on where you're looking to relocate in Indiana, this is just a kind of good area to really start investigating maybe the counties that you are interested in or potentially looking to move to. So I hope you enjoyed our video on the market analysis on Indiana, coordinating to the Indiana Association of Realtors. Indiana is holding strong. We Hoosiers are proud. So if you are relocating to the area, maybe you're from California, Texas, East Coast, Florida, wherever it may be, looking for a new area, definitely an area maybe not getting hit as hard with the market changes, a little bit more stable, reach out. We are local realtors. Anybody on our Key Associates group would love to help you. And until next time, I'll see you then.